course, the fighting continues. The Democrats saying the GOP hasn't done enough in regards to gun control.
All right, let's welcome in from Harlem Mothers Save, Jackie Rowe-Adams, and professor of social work at Yeshiva University and the author of Breaking the Cycle of Shame, Bullying, and Violence, Mr. Jonathan Fast. Guys, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
You know, again, according to the FBI, so many mass shooting victims over the last 2 years. Will gun control put a clamp down on this, or are we looking at something that's just, we're never going to be able to get under control here?
So just let me say, yes, we will get it under control. We will get it under control once they really have this extensive universal background check. We will get it under control if Donald Trump stopped supporting the NRA and saying, we need these guns. We need guns in all of schools. We will get a control if the legislation, the Senate, the Congress that is taking money from the NRA is stopped and not put back in office. Yes, we will get it under control if we work together.
I think a lot of people on the side of gun control say this is not about gun control. Once again, this is about somebody who was mentally disturbed. Once again, this is about somebody who was bullied. And this is where you come in, Professor, in terms of really laying down what it was for the shooter. He was 14 years old at the time of 9/11. Obviously, maybe he was bullied in the past, coming to terms with his sexuality, whatever it was. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think that this is a problem in shame management, and what I mean by that is that people accumulate enormous amounts of shame, and particularly in our society. You know, we have more of these mass killings than any place else in the world.
When you say shame management, I don't necessarily understand that. Is that we're not giving our kids the coping skills that are necessary to deal with their disappointments in life, to deal with things that aren't going their way? Is that what you're saying to me?
Well, it becomes harder and harder to maintain a middle-class position in this society, particularly for our next generation who are coming up. And when you don't see yourself as having any kind of positive future, then suicide may seem like an attractive alternative. And when that happens, you think, well, I'm not going to be around. I should be able to get all my anger out in a way that maybe is going to get me some worthiness and some attention. Now, this is a guy whose father was obviously extremely homophobic. And I think he thought that he could gain some worthiness with his father by performing this.
You have lost 2 sons to gun violence. Yes. Have you seen the gun control laws get any better since?
No. But first, let me say my heart goes out to the families that are really hurting and pain today. Yeah. I have not seen it get any better. But one of the things that we've been talking about, we in the community with other organizations, is we have to look at these rounds of bullets. I think if you put more money on these bullets, $300–400 a bullet, and rounds, was he able to get that many rounds? And it's not only him, to talk about him. How many shootings, mass shootings have we had?
Yeah, 81.
That's a whole lot.
8,124 deaths, including mass shootings in 2014 alone.
And at the end of each of those shootings, we all think, well, this is the one that's going to turn the country around. There's no way we can ignore so many people who have lost their children at this terrible age.
You know, I think we've reached a saturation point. I really hope we did. I felt this way after Sandy Hook. I felt this way every time we have these conversations about gun control. That I feel like, and it's not about just the guns. I think it's about us. It's about how we deal with our children, their frustrations, coping with their disappointments, that they, you know, alienation. I mean, whatever it is. I mean, we need to have a real conversation as parents and as a community and come together. We can continue this conversation.
We need some action. We need some action.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. All right.